Hi everyone, it's Paula with Locksley Lane, and today we are going to talk about distressing furniture. So yesterday we painted this old piece here with Sloan chalk paint in Paris Gray, and I did 2 coats, and it is ready to go. It's ready to be distressed. So once your paint is dry, and usually I like to let it dry overnight, 24 hours before I distress it. You don't have to. The great thing about this paint is that it dries very, very quickly. You can put your second coat on in 30 minutes, depending on how lightly you put your first coat on. But it dries really, really quickly, which is great because you get your furniture done quicker. But the piece is ready, and I'm getting ready to distress it. I like to distress before I wax. Some people like to paint, wax, then distress. There's no right or wrong. You can do it however you want to do it. You can change it around, get your own method going, but I like to distress it before I put the wax on it because sometimes I get a little overzealous with distressing, and I don't want to have to come back with the wax application after I've already put wax on it. You can do that. I just don't like to do it. So I start with a sanding block, and I use sanding block from Lowe's. It's just simple, and I use 220 grit sandpaper to distress. And distressing is really a personal preference. It's either you like a lot or you like a little, or it depends on the piece. Whatever you do, my only recommendation on distressing is that you start slow. Start slow, see if you like how it's looking, and then keep going if you do. If you do get overzealous and you distress too much, which I've done plenty of times, another great feature of this paint is that you can come back and just touch it up. Just repaint over it, let it dry, come back and distress again. So I've done that a lot, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it will save you time if you start slow and get your piece to where you want it to look instead of jumping right in there. But anyways, I take my sanding block, and I had already kind of started doing some of this, but I really just kind of get in there, and on dressers or things that have drawers, I like to kind of stuff up all the ends so that it looks like the drawer's been open and shut a lot. So I will do that and really get into the corners. If you like to go across the top of it, you can. For this piece, I'm not going to do that. But there's no right or wrong. You just kind of get in here and just sand away. And on the corners, I really like to get into the corners to make it look like they've been knocked up pretty good. Hopefully you can kind of see how that's starting to look. The edges are really starting to look really nice and warm. Down at the bottom, I will sand really hard. I know you can't see that right now, but I just get in there and kind of bang away and take out some frustrations, distressing. But anyway, do it until you like the piece, you like how it looks. Step back from it, walk away from it, come back, see if you're liking the technique that you're using. And if you are, then great. We'll move on and we'll start waxing. And if you don't like it, not a big deal. Just take out your paint, paint over the areas that you don't like, that you maybe went crazy on. And once you get your piece good to go, then we're ready for the next step, which is waxing. So if you have any questions,